The person module can be very useful when you are creating content for your about page or for contact pages. It can be very helpful to people to be able to see a person's image, find out who they are in the business, and also get key contact information really fast. So the you can add as much or as little to this module as you wish. To add the module from scratch, if it doesn't exist in your website, you click Add New Module and you search for person, or you can scroll down and find it. And then in here, you will be able to add in the credentials that you wish to add. So you can add the person's name, and that will show here. You can add their position in the company. If you don't add it, you can see it simply deletes out. So now it's added back in. You can add the person's Facebook profile, Twitter profile, Google Plus is gone, so that's irrelevant, and then LinkedIn profile. And then you can, and if you don't add them, they simply don't display. So you can see them displayed here, and they're not displayed here. We will have branded this to your organization, so the colors will be in keeping with your brand when you go to add it into your website. You can also add an image of the person, or if you delete it, it simply gets rid of that element altogether. So that can be useful when you're stacking lots of contact details beside each other that don't necessarily have images to coincide with them. So if I re-add in the image, I just go add image, and then you can choose the person's picture. Make sure that there's alternative text there, so for people that have visual impairments can understand what the image is, and then click upload an image. So now my image is in there, and you can add in your links to social media. Then I'm just going to add a hashtag, and that will mimic a link, and then add a hashtag here as well, and add a hashtag here, so you can see what this profile looks like. So that's how it looks by default. I have additional things in here like a quote and phone number and email. This is on the request of certain clients, so you can edit this by going into the text of the module, and then when you select so if I want to make this part of it up at the top a quote, I can select that text and then click on block quote, or I can unclick it and it stops it from being a quote. You can put it as a number, you can put it as a bullet, you can put it as italic font, or you can put it as bold. So there's lots of editing. It's your typical editor that's in this back end. You can add symbols, you can strike through it, and you can add the phone number with links to the phone number by clicking on insert link, and then put in tel, T-E-L colon, and then the international version of your phone number, and then you can add the title by saying like phone Mariana Kane DesignBurst. Okay, so that's how you can add a proper link to a phone number, and Google will recognize this and it will pick up on that when people search for phone DesignBurst or phone Mariana Kane or whatever when they're Googling your business. Always set a tell or a mail to a new window, and then say okay. And then this one is a mail to link, so you can see that's mail to colon, and that's how it'll automatically open up their email service provider. And you can see I have this going to a new window as well. So you can see there that it's quite interesting to add these modules. I'll just show you what it looks like then when it's stacked, say 3 people in a row. So we have 3 columns there, and I'm just going to duplicate this and just pull it down here just so you can see the difference between this module. So now you can see that it stacks it with the image on top, and then the name, and then all of the information and the social links. So then when you bring that across, you can actually see 3 different people in a row, and it's quite an interesting way to see contact information. If I delete out the description and just have the contact information, which is quite common request, so now you can see that that's all set up now. So this will be quite interesting feature to have on your contact page if you've got different offices For example, the New York office, the Dublin office, the London office. You could have a picture of a map and then the contact information and the relevant social profiles if needed as well. So that's how you add the person module, and it can be used for many different purposes throughout your website.